So as soon as I get out of the shower, I put my hair up in this Turby twist, which you can get from Amazon. And then a wide tooth comb, and I just gently comb through my hair. And I just shampooed and conditioned it, nothing crazy. The next thing I do is prep the hair for the heat styling. And I think this is important because as you continue down the road of not washing your hair, it can look kind of brittle and yucky at the ends, and this helps prevent that a lot. Whatever your prep of choice is, take a glob, and I work it through the ends of my hair. So when I say ends of my hair, I mean if you gather up all the hair here, that's what I use it on. And basically I just don't want it touching the roots. And I just sort of comb through one more time. And then we start to blow dry. This is duct tape because it's kind of fallen apart. This is a Harry Josh hair dryer I got a long time ago on super sale, like over 50% off. And I start on the high heat setting and the high air setting. And I'm gonna start just blowing kind of the inside of my hair. My stylist taught me this. Shout out Sean at Gabba Gabba Salon in Newport News, Virginia. And he said, you know, blow dry the inside of your hair first because otherwise you're just gonna fry this top part, and that's what everybody sees. So that's gonna look fried. Start with the inside and blow that out first. So high heat, high air. Okay, when that's mostly dry, I take some mousse. This is the Kevin Murphy Bodybuilder mousse, and huge, like softball size amount. And I sort of just work it into the roots of my hair. I learned this from a Kevin Murphy rep at a Kevin Murphy event at my current salon. Shout out Stylist at North in Old Town Alexandria, Virginia. I get my hair done by Nettie, and she's amazing. Putting your products in after you've dried it a little bit will help them work better. And because the water in your hair essentially dilutes the efficacy of, and the hold really, of volumizing products. And then I just pick a side, and then I take, this is a Wet Brush Pro, and I just start with this portion of the hair. Again, I'm working on this underneath part, and I'm gonna go on low heat now, but still the high air, and just brush this out and just dry this section. And all that's dry, so now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I have nothing against round brushes, by the way. I can't work them. It's a mess, so this is what works for me. It's super unprofessional, but I'm not a hairstylist. So now I'm gonna stay with the low heat, but keep it on the high air. I'm gonna flip my hair over, and I'm gonna dry it basically with my hair sticking straight up because I'll be upside down, and that's really gonna lock in the body. But see you literally on the flip side. And we're back. And this is crazy sauce, but you can see how much volume and lift we have already, and I haven't really done anything just by drying it upside down. This is probably one of my most used products. I don't know how many bottles this is, but it's the Dry Bar Texas Tea volumizing hairspray, and I am originally from Texas. I did pageants, so I think it's kind of in my blood that I love hair with a ton of body. I'm going to use these little, they're not Velcro rollers, but they're like plastic. I got them from Amazon. And the first thing I'm going to do is section my bangs. Okay. And then I'm going to take, I don't want that big of a chunk, so I'm just going to make sure that it's just the part I want. Again, no fancy tools here. I'm just using my fingers. I'm going to spray a bit of this spray in the roots, and then I start down here. Hey, P.S. fun fact about me, see this scar right here? I'll talk about that in a second. Okay, roll it up. It stays in place. We're gonna keep doing that back here with 3 more of these. And spraying in the roots each time. Brush this out, spritz, roll. One year I was in the middle of a dance recital, and if you're familiar with like stage, those curtains on the side, they're called wings. And we were in a really old theater. One of the poles that was holding up one of the wings fell. Hit me in the head right there. But I went to the bathroom right around the corner just to like see I was like, I felt something had hit me in the front of my head. And I just wanted to see like if I was bleeding or anything. And I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And I remember as I said, fine, this like fountain of blood squirted out of my head. It was like an art. It was like a perfect art, by the way. I'm just taking these sections now, kind of on the side. Not this front part, because I don't want that to go back. I want that to kind of swoop down. But I am taking this part right here. Because if you think about when your hair is down, you want some lift right here. And rolling this up in the curler. So anyway, I had missed the previous 2 years of spring performances due to injury. And I was like, I am not missing this one. Plus I had a lead role. We were doing Grease for the jazz part of the recital. And I was cha-cha. I'm gonna use these bigger rollers and they don't really stay in, so I'm gonna use these little clips too. So the first thing I do is section sort of behind my ear on both sides. I'm gonna section this real quick. So this will be one down here, and then I'm gonna do 2 different sections right here. So to finish my story, finally when the performance was over, like as soon as it was over, I didn't even do curtain call or anything. I ran to the emergency room, and thankfully one of the girls there, her dad was a doctor, and so he knew that like I was gonna be going to the emergency room, so he was there waiting for us, and he came stitched me up 3 stitches. It was a good day. So now I take these rollers, last things, and I roll them away from my face, and I just sort of let them go straight up and down and clip it. Now I take a little bit more of the spray, and then on low heat, low air, I'm going to sort of just hit this with some heat. Okay, now I'm gonna go do my makeup and I'll be back to finish this out. Hello, makeup is done. We've moved on to the boozy section of the evening. Cheers. Dry bar, straightener. One thing is I only put, it's at 340 right now, so I don't do all the way up. So I take this down, and as you can see, we just have a nice sort of flip there. Comb, gentle back comb. We're not teasing here, just adding some volume. When you have shorter layers and you want everything to look really sleek, you want to make sure that this is straight and or just blends directly into the hair. For a long time, my hair wasn't laying correctly because I want most of the body up near the crown, and then I want everything else to just be kind of sleek. And I was wondering why I was getting weird shapes, and it's because I was sort of having this round piece of hair. So what I do is I take my straightener, start right under that part, and that's where I straighten. You can see it goes directly in there, but I still have this body up here. Kind of like the same effect you would get with hair extensions. I have a really special event or something, I'll use the Living Proof Full Dry Volume Blast. But most of the time, for every day, I simply use my L'Oreal Elnet, amazing product you can get at drugstores. I'll just take it and sort of just spritz it and push the hair up like so. I'm just repeating this with all of the yellow rollers. Now, another trick you can do is if you have a cold can like this, you can sort of set the hair over, and as the product is drying, it will just kind of like lock in, and boom, you have huge volume at that point. This is for like pageant hair. I just sort of run that through it quickly, and then I give it a good shake, and wherever my hair kind of falls, if my part is going one way, I'm not going to force it to go another way. So as you can see, I just sort of take this brush again and lightly go over it, and it just sort of settles in like that. And then I have Priscilla Presley hair. One last thing, I really like this Verb Ghost Oil, and I take like not even half of a pump, warm it up, and I'll just run it through my ends. But that's it. It's Saturday right now. I will leave it like this until Wednesday. I hope you learned a little something and this was helpful. Have a great day, week, and I'll see you next time.